Hey YouTube family and friends, in today's video we got lots of things to plant. I want to let you know that in this time we're having a lot of hardships going on. When you go to the grocery store, you see the bill just going and you get less for your money. And we also are dealing with people that are struggling because of government assistance is going down. But here are some things that you can do. Of course, if you're a gardener, you already know you can use your garden. This is for the ones who are not gardening yet. You need to think about doing so, but I'm gonna also show you how I use land and water to bring my bill drastically down. So if you're just a gardener, make sure you use the water as well. So let's go ahead and get right into it. And I'm gonna bring you along as we plant my mustard greens. The reason why I wanna plant my greens is because they're going to harvest a lot sooner. If I want them to be baby greens, then I can harvest more and more and I can plant them tighter together. And so that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do, fill this up so I can get a quick harvest and I can keep on eating. All right, so let me go ahead and get this loose and we're gonna go ahead and plant it. Now the benefits of planting your garden yourself is making sure that number one, you plant what you want to eat and you cut the cost down drastically. So you know eating healthy costs a lot, right? And if eating all that junk food, that costs as well. But if you just think about going to your backyard and picking out all the fruits and vegetables that you want, and you can get it at next to nothing compared to the grocery store, that is a win-win. Now the value in planting your own food means I know where it comes from and it is going to be very, very cheap. That's right. All right, so I don't have to worry about going without food because I got lots of food in my backyard and I use other sources as well, which we'll get into a little later. Now, I got into the discussion with one of my coworkers when we were talking about all the issues going on and people are running out of food because of don't have a job or losing benefits and things like that. And I said, well, they should think about growing a garden because then you will have something to fall back on. And my coworker said, hey, they don't have the space, but you don't need a lot of space. You can grow in 5-gallon buckets as I do. So I got 5-gallon buckets all around and I can plant in those, or you can plant into some bags, grow bags, so you don't have to have a lot of area, a lot of a lot of land to plant. So I want to go ahead and take that off the table. I told my coworker we can take that off the table because you can get those 5-gallon buckets and you can get them for free, or they can be very inexpensive. All right, but let's go ahead and go on a little tour. I'm gonna finish this up. I just want to give you some ideas. I want to let you know that I am going to show you a meal, my dinner that I'm going to prepare that is going to come from land and from the water, no doubt. And it's going to be very cost effective. It's going to be cheap, y'all. So this can be done. Let's go ahead and go. All right, now this is some of my potatoes that I grew. Now I have been eating all those. This may not be the best place to put it, but they're nice and cool. And that's going to be part of my meal today. And I got tons and tons of onions, big onions. I planted these a year ago, and I got garlic that I got to plant too. I'm kind of behind. I got some down low as well, and I got some of them in my house already. I got a boatload. Now, what I just showed you that I harvested a lot of onions and a lot of potatoes, and you could do the same thing. Even though I planted that months ago, it keeps. And there are so many ways that you can use potatoes. You can make French fries, you can have hash, you can have baked potatoes, you can have mashed potatoes, and whatever else you can come up with. And so that is gonna be good and it's gonna save my bill. Now, if you want some sweets, I got sweets right here. All right, first thing, I'm going to use this with my dinner. I'm going to harvest that right there. That's gonna be nice and sweet. And so hopefully It'll get big in the over next year when I put it into the ground, if I put it into the ground. But I also have some lemons right here, a lemon tree. But look over here, I have my sugar cane, and guess what? It's in a tote. That's right. And look how many I got in here. Someone told me I couldn't grow them in a container. I told them to watch. I gotta hurry up and harvest this, but this is just to give you some ideas. This is my greenhouse from Quictent. Let's check inside. I got a surprise for everybody. All right, look, I finally got it to fruit. And this may not be cost effective because it takes so long to grow, but I want to let you know that you can grow a lot of things in your backyard, even a pineapple. I neglected it, that's why it's yellow, but I gotta bring it inside soon. Let me close this. I'm trying to get to my next area. Do you remember me harvesting the 5-gallon bucket of persimmons? All right, that was massive. Having fruit trees is awesome because you can get a lot of produce from your fruit trees, and that will happen over time. But if you can go little by little to get your tree, it will be awesome. And if you can't purchase your own tree, you can ask someone for a cutting and they will probably help you out. Now we have my collard greens. Look, in this little tent, they're not getting any pests, and they're actually growing from the time I planted, and I can water in it, and when it rains, the rain is going in there as well. So this is another option you can use, and this is also from Quictent. The video is being sponsored by Quictent, and I'll leave the link down below. Now that we're back from our little tour, I want to let you know that you can do this. That's why I gave you some examples of what my garden looks like now. And this all was not done in one day or 1 year. All right, so little by little, I'm still reaching, trying to expand my garden. You could be that on your way too. Just start small and then just build up. But this right here will help you when we have issues going on in our country. And so it's just amazing to me to have complete control. Now, I know you may think, hey, that's just vegetables. I'm not a vegetarian or a vegan. I'm not either. But let's go ahead and go to my other place, and I'm gonna show you how to get some more food. And it could be hardly at any cost. Let's go. From the garden to the water, that's right. All right, this is another skill you can use to feed your family. All right, so not only do I garden, but I also get my food from here. I'm a pescatarian, and it does save me a good bit of money because I catch a lot of my food. So if the world ever shuts down like 5 years ago, I know I'm gonna be good to go. Sorry, I gotta look over my shoulder because I can't let a fish get away. I got 2 in the box. All right, or if your benefits are about to be cut like this weekend, or if you're working for free because the government has shut down, that's a tough situation. I know I'm looking at the news, people are going to food banks, but right here is another option for you. You can catch your food and you can fill up your freezer just like this. All right, let me reel it in, just on time. Y'all stick with me now. I gotta find my net. All right, that was perfect. Perfect. Don't let me lose it in front of y'all. I'm gonna show y'all what I got. Don't let me lose it. Y'all stay with me. It feels like a nice size. Get my net, y'all. Let me get my net. Boom! Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Ooh, told you, see you at dinner time. All right, so just like that, let me get my, man, I get so excited when I catch a fish. Oh, I be catching now. Let me get myself situated. And look at that. And these right here are the best. If you don't know what this is a crappie. You want to make sure that if you never had it, you need to try it. So like I said, just like I just showed you, this is what I'm talking about. I can feed my family by catching fish. And let me not break this. I need to get this back out there. But I'm going to get back to it. And I'll see you at dinner time because I'm going to show you what my dinner looks like from using my garden and for catching my fish. You just saw it. Look at that. Look at that. All right, I'll see you a little later. But you don't need a boat to fish. I fished many, many years without one. So this skill that your grandparents probably use and your grandparents' parents probably use help feed their family. Because I know my mother, they didn't go to grocery stores a lot. They lived off of the land. And so when there's a crunch, hey, learn this skill and you be well on your way. All right, I'm back. Whoa, I'm still pumped. I'm looking over the shoulder. You saw it. This how easy it is. All right, so the bait that I used was the Bobby Garlands right here. And I have the jig heads. I use 1/8 jig heads right here. And that's the big bite baits. And so I'll put a link down in the description if I can find it from Amazon. But if not, you can go to Academy to go ahead and get that. I'm looking over the shoulder, y'all. You see me, I'm getting pumped up. Whoa, oh, I thought I saw that move. I'm about to go set a hook again. All right, but yeah, that'll be down in the description. And these things last a long time. I got the same bait on there that I caught that fish with. But let me go ahead and see if I can catch a little bit more before I go. Because once again, I gotta go prepare my dinner. And you gonna see, you gonna see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have my fish, I have my potatoes that I gotta prepare, and I got the hot grease. So we're gonna go ahead and slide it in. Now, I don't always fry my fish, but if I have some crappie, I'll always do that. And check it out. I gotta take that out. That is my fish as well. I'll see you when it's time to eat. All right, I just blessed the food and now it's time to dig in. I want you to have a closer look. How about that? All right, let's go. Here are the chips I made from the garden. You know, that came from the water. You saw me catch that crappie. And these beans, I normally grow beans, but these are from the store. But if you look real close, all of my flavor, my onions, that came from out back because I got tons of onions. And look, I'm going to have me a persimmon, which came out the backyard. You saw that video. And look, that came out the backyard as well. All right, so I'm about to go ahead and take care of this because this is so delicious. Not because I made it, but because I cooked it, but it is simply is. Just think about the cost that came out of this. The only thing I paid for was the beans. I think the beans cost maybe $2.50, $3, something like that. But I grow beans too. Everything else, the seasoning, I grew that. The onions, I mean, they're simply amazing. So when everything's off the shelves in the store, the water is always filled. And I can always go out and catch. And whatever I have in my backyard, I can put a meal together. All right, I'll see you soon. Hey, just remember, start small. One seed, one cast, one meal at a time. This builds independence. If this message hits home, please share the video with someone who needs a little hope. You can do it. Grow it, catch it, and feed your family. I'm Bear Brown, and this is how you take back your power. All right, I'll see you in the next video right over here, where I teach you how to make your fish fertilizer from your scraps. See you there.